Hey everybody, we're here for the new episode of the show that is yet to be named. Today we're talking future, upcoming, coming soon, pretty nice, coming almost now, video game, movies, and TV shows. So we're just going to talk about everything coming from now until as far as we know. And I'm here with Putty, and I'm here with JD, and I'll leave their stuff. You'll follow them.
Where are we at?
Yeah. Anyways,
Exactly.
So we're gonna just jump into this because recently in the news, so Tomb Raider has the sequel for Tomb Raider has officially been canceled.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God.
R.I.P.
I hated the last one. Alicia Vikander is done in the role. She's never coming back. Let's just move on. Putty, do you have any thoughts?
I didn't have that much of a problem as you much did, even though I do like the girl that dated Brad Pitt. I can't think right now.
It was
Angelina
Michael
Jolie.
Fassbender.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's going way back.
he's going
Anyway,
way back. Okay.
Yeah, Angelina Jolie. The Angelina Jolie, I did like her. I mean, she fit the profile of it. I actually like this new actress. I didn't like the plot, but I did like this new actress. But you know, it's nothing that big. It wasn't that like, oh my god, we're losing something big. Like it doesn't matter to me. So.
All right. So, JD, do you have any thoughts?
No, I mean, I was expecting more of following like the when the film came out, the way they made it look like they were following the reboot of this trilogy that they did a few years ago with a younger Lara Croft, and I was hoping to more explore her beginnings, I guess, kind of thing, more backstory, I guess.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, the movie was essentially just 2 hours of her going,
Yeah.
whatever. It's the most annoying sound I've ever heard in my life. Just quit acting. Anyways, so I'm going to start talking about the movies that we know are coming / shows, however you want to look at this. Okay.
Okay.
So Five Nights at Freddy's.
Mhm.
There's
I want this so badly.
There's a rumor that it's being
Jim Henson
Productions is going to be in charge of the.
I did not know
puppetry.
about this. No.
Yeah.
That's epic. Because think about this. I always thought about this. When it comes to thinking of Five Nights at Freddy's, I always think and go back to the shelled versions of the Ninja Turtles. Remember how they looked when they didn't have like the latex on there? They had that very creepy look to it. And I'm like, oh my god, that would be what Five Nights at Freddy's needs to have, that feel of that. You know what I mean? Like Jim Henson would be able to their company would be able to do it perfect. So knowing that they are going to do that with Five Nights at Freddy's, like I've been worried about how Five Nights at Freddy's would turn out. But at the same time, I just want a good, fun time that maybe has a little bit of lore and mystery to it. Like,
Could still be a bad movie, but at least Jim Henson will be doing the puppets.
Exactly.
Jim
Well, here's
Henson
my
Creature
thing.
Shop.
As far as plot, if they give us a little more like puzzle elements to it, like what I mean, like that, like hidden lore that you can find as a fan that you have to go back and watch the movie. I feel that will give it revisit, a reason to revisit, because that's kind of where Five Nights at Freddy's is in the world when it comes to gaming. It has all that lore and intertwining story that they could use in that movie, and I feel like it's something that I want, if that makes sense.
Well, I mean, technically, this movie's been made twice already.
But yeah, if we're talking about,
they were both absolutely terrible.
I agree.
Willy's Wonderland and the Banana Splits.
Yeah, Banana Splits movie. Yeah, and Willy's Wonderland. I actually liked the Willy's Wonderland just for the fun.
I wanted it to be fun. I just couldn't get into it, and it's like the loopholes they had of like not having to pay Nick Cage a lot of money because he doesn't talk basically for the whole movie.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, anyways, we're moving on from that. I've never been a huge fan of the games, but I really like the idea of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the lore that goes on behind the scenes of it. So a movie could work. A TV show would probably be better.
I think a movie would work if they explore the lore of how it got to the way it was, like show it before with the kids there, like a Chuck E. Cheese, have it start like that and take a dark turn. That's me personally.
I'm not going to let Putty talk. What I'm going to say is, I think if you did it as a show, with like not full like 50-minute episodes, but like longer than half an hour, and you do it from like the aspect of the new recruit, just like the game, where it takes a really long time for stuff to start happening. Like you really drag it out, and then you also have a flashback to like what like got them here, but you don't know it's a flashback. And then as things start happening, you realize what they're showing you is from before. And then you can have multiple seasons like that, because even if you kill off the main character, you can have someone new comes in, and it could be 10 years later now after that. Just like the game kind of is, right?
Yeah.
All
That
right,
could
Putty,
work.
you can talk now.
Okay, well, I'm actually looking for it. There was actually Hulu was doing these like little like short movies they were doing, and they actually put out one. Again, I still think that it does need to be a movie, only because the lore that goes into actual Five Nights at Freddy's is really crazy, and I don't feel like the movie world is ready for that, I guess I can say. But I will say I do like the origin story, and the reason I say that is because I can't think of it right now. I'm trying to find it online. There's actually a short film about an animatronic that actually eats a kid that's on Hulu that you should go and watch. It's actually really good. And the reason it's good is because it's not just that it's going to kill the kid. It's how they lead into it. You know what I mean? And I feel like it'd be the proper way for them to do a Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
All right, moving on. Borderlands. We know this is happening. We know it's guaranteed. I'm pretty sure Jack Black's in it and Kevin Hart.
Jack Black's going to be playing Claptrap.
Yeah, so I mean,
but it doesn't have an official release date yet. Though,
I wish it was animated in the style of Borderlands rather than
be kind of cool
being live action. I think if you just did video games as animated stuff, it would work a lot better.
Yeah, I agree. The prime example is Arcane. Arcane was a prime example of something that turned out, in my eyes, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but Arcane was one of those series that I didn't play much of League of Legends, but that literally got me wanting to look more into the actual storyline of it. You know what I mean?
I played 0 League of Legends ever in my life, and that could be a factor why, but I did not care about anything that was happening in that show. Like,
really,
maybe you have to really have. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and tell you the show was like really bad or anything, but everyone was telling me this is like the greatest thing ever. And I went to watch it, and it took me like 4 episodes before I even like liked what was happening, number one. And then when I started to, I still couldn't invest in it because I didn't care about any of the characters.
I'm actually surprised about that. Yeah, I agree. I'm actually on the other side with all those people that say it's good, because I had my cousin actually tell me you need to go watch it. And I go, well, some of my friends say it is not good. He's like, no, you're gonna love it. He said, just watch till episode 3 and tell me that you don't want to continue on. I did that, and I continued on into episode 4, and then I ended up binge watching the whole night.
Yeah, but it's not so much. Yeah, but you say it like it's like a 20 episode season. It's like 10 episodes.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm saying I didn't think I was gonna stick after the 3rd episode, and then I was invested.
If I watch 3 episodes of anything, I'm finishing it, especially if there's only one season, even if it's trash. Once you got me 3 episodes in, but like I said, I got to like 4th episode, and it took till then before I actually like. I don't know. It's not a bad show. I would consider it a good.
It just
show.
didn't hold you, yeah.
But people are talking about it like it's a second coming of Christ, and it's the greatest video game adaptation of all time.
I think it's one of the best ones, but not the greatest.
But it's the way that it was spoke about, Putty.
I don't know. I like Castlevania much better than
Castlevania.
Yeah, I haven't got watched it.
Way better. Castlevania was way better. Not even close. If I'm being really honest.
Like I still need to watch Castlevania. I completely understand that. But like for me, the Cuphead show by far was like just had every bit of the feel.
I really, really tried. I just
really
couldn't.
I love the Cuphead show.
I found the humor so like potty humor, but like not for the
childish
crowd you would think. Like you would think if you're making potty humor, it's for like us, like the 90s and 80s kids. But it wasn't. It's like potty humor for like toddlers. And I found it strange because it's also kind of adult at the same time. So it's like I couldn't understand who they made it for.
They didn't know which audience they were playing to.
I don't think it was a bad show. I just could not for the life of me like get invested in what was happening. Maybe it was just too like go because it is very fast paced, and it just didn't hold my attention because the humor wasn't my type of humor, right? Anyways, we're talking about shows that already exist. Let's continue on the line.
No, they got the new seasons. That's why I was saying they're both of those shows.
It's funny because it was supposed to get canceled and it didn't. So good for the fans. At least they're gonna get that.
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yes.
I'm really excited for this because
Yeah.
I just found out they're
I
going to
had
do
no
it in
idea that
Japanese.
I had no idea this is happening.
It's going to be in Japanese too, isn't it?
Yeah,
like they're going to do
they
it all in
announced that
Japanese.
They're going to do it in Japanese.
Yeah,
which
with
is
a Japanese director too, right?
that's how you want to do it. I think
Yeah.
that's how you're going to get the best results.
Make it like a pure Kurosawa film, like honestly, because that's what it's based off of.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
I think that would work. I'm excited for that. The next one is Minecraft.
Really? Wait, you talking about is it live action or just the animated?
It's animated. I'm pretty.
They've
sure.
already had that though.
No, they have not the Netflix thing.
Okay,
There's like a Minecraft movie coming. Have you ever watched the Netflix thing? It's literally just people playing the game and talking over it, like you guys do with the Fortnite thing.
Well, no, but isn't it? Oh, I guess that's kind of like it. Yeah, it's just choose your own adventure thing.
It's recorded in a way that people are playing the game and just talking as if they're the characters, and then they just added in like a mouth moving.
I think the show is the movie or whatever it is. It's going to be more like the Telltale games, the Minecraft adventures.
Yes, which I believe that's what it is. I don't know if it's live action. If anyone wants to look that up, I never even bothered to do that, and I feel
that would be weird though. I'll be honest with you. Don't see how they can do that.
Yeah, I feel like it's got to be animated, right?
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 2.
You know me, I'm excited about this. This is one
I am because I think the first one did everything right except make a good movie.
I mean, yeah, okay. I'm gonna jump in because I do agree.
Going back to Minecraft, it's going to be live action.
Ew.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know how I feel about that now.
Yeah. Well, what's the story of Minecraft?
Like, how are you gonna tell that? Like, what?
Has Patton Oswalt attached to it?
Yeah, everything has Patton Oswalt attached to it.
Oh, it's Jared Hess directing apparently.
So it's going to be Napoleon Dynamite
meets Nacho Libre.
Nice. Yeah, speaking of Patton Oswalt, Sandman is really good.
I forgot. I haven't got to sit down and watch that because I'm in time now. I realize how you guys are when you don't have the time to do all the stuff you want to when you got a job. But anyway, so it sucks because I haven't got to watch it yet. I'm so mad for the review.
You got to make time, Putty. Anyway, so tell me about Mortal Kombat 2, Putty.
Okay, so here's my thing. I know when it comes to Mortal Kombat, there is a plot. When it comes to the NetherRealm series, has more of a plot than I feel the other things have. And if they were to take from what NetherRealm's done, I think it's going to be good. I feel like the first movie, if they could take what they did as far as the combat style, like the fights, and take that, but actually have a cohesive plot that's just not like, oh, we have to fight to save the world. Like, give us actually lands fighting for their territory type of situation. You know what I mean? Like, because these are characters that have powers now. We know they have powers. Now let's actually see them step it up a notch. Does that make sense? Like, give us a bunch of
I think everything about that movie was done properly. The action, the setups, the characters. There just wasn't really a movie. It wasn't even like a trailer, like how I make fun of movies for being like a 2-hour trailer. It wasn't even like that. It was just like a huge setup to go nowhere. Yeah. And the ending of it wasn't really good. And had they not got this part 2, I think that was like this movie would look even worse. I think though they laid the groundwork for a potential great second movie, but they have to learn from the mistakes of the first movie, which doesn't seem to be something that Hollywood does.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Again, maybe this could be Mortal Kombat Spider-Man 2, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Well, it could be, right? But Spider-Man 1 was good.
Yeah.
It could be Amazing Spider-Man 2. Okay. But the animated movies, I'm hoping we get a third one. Because the first one, the Scorpion, I don't remember what it's called, it was about Scorpion. It wasn't even really about Scorpion. But that was a really good movie. And then the live action one basically copied that almost beat for beat.
Yeah.
But then the second movie came out.
And the actor who played Scorpion in the Mortal Kombat movie, they need him cast in Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, I'll take that. But yeah, the second animated movie for Mortal Kombat was really bad. In comparison to the first one. Anyways, we're continuing on here. Sonic 3 the date has been announced. It was a little bit quick for me. I was very surprised.
That means it's already been in the works. They're probably working on Sonic 3 when they were working on 2.
We can all pretty much bank that Shadow's going to be there.
Yeah, they flat out said at the end credits.
I'm sure viewers are watching right now. Like Putty's got to say something right now because like this is like eating him inside talking about Sonic the Hedgehog. You know what I mean? So
Putty, say something.
I'm going to say this. If Jim Carrey doesn't come back, it doesn't matter to me. I feel like they did the groundwork to really have a solid story now, to where we can actually have Shadow be because right now, here's my thing: they need to take the humans out of the situation. You can have the humans in there and make a human-looking world, but now that you've let the groundwork for these characters, we know these characters now. You can actually move on here and actually do something really fun, because it's always going to be targeted towards kids no matter what. It's Sonic the Hedgehog. You know what I mean?
So, I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Because here's my thing. They know how to do it properly. They figured out how to properly do it. And the side stories with the humans, hopefully they know by now, oh, that doesn't work. The only human that ever worked was Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik.
Okay, no, let's pause that for a second. In the first movie, the James Marsden stuff is really good.
Well, no, I agree.
The second movie, this is the problem. And I like I said, if I rated both movies, I rate them equally, but I'd rather watch the first one again. I think the steps forward they took, the characterizations and the building of the lore and the universe in the second movie is great. But there's an entire secondary story that's used as a plot device just so they have a reason to go to Hawaii after.
Yeah, of course.
Because they needed a way to connect Sonic with getting to Hawaii by putting them there for that wedding, and that makes no sense. That's 30 minutes of the movie that happening there that doesn't make any sense.
I agree.
And I'm gonna agree with you in the second movie, but in the first movie, I think the human elements worked great. I think going forward, you can do something, but you have to have a split where, okay, Sonic and Knuckles, whoever, have to go back to Green Hill Zone or wherever they're going to fight whoever. And the humans have to do something else in their own universe to stop what's happening, but they're not linked. They don't know that they're helping each other until the end. Well, that was the big problem here, that the whole human side was just to link the story. And you need to break that.
This is where they can bring in the Sonic the Hedgehog, a Japanese animated series. You know what I mean? That can take cues from that as well when it comes to the human side, when it comes to the government, things of that nature. They can start linking that as well. See, here's my thing. I would love if they did Sonic and Tails on the whole story with Shadow, and maybe start giving us a side mission with Knuckles and the Echidna tribe. There's so much lore, not even just in the adventure games, but in the comic books that they hinted at within both 1 and 2 movies, that the Echidna tribe, because the comics were such a big deal, they started hinting at it. And when I watched it, there's still stuff that I haven't put down and talked about when it comes to the comic book lore that actually was put into the movies. And I'm like, if they could take from that, those books were good. There's a reason why that series lasted so long. So take that and give us the Sonic from the video games that you guys have. Shadow, that story was amazing. And maybe start bringing in the Knuckles and the Echidna tribe and let him reach into
the Echidnas are supposed to be the last one, number 1.
Yeah.
So
is it? Oh, they could always branch off.
So here, how about this? Let's combine the two. Campo, you were saying about the human element and the Sonic element, keep them separated as the two plot devices aren't linked. But while this is going on, the human element, that government agent dude, I forgot his name, he's creating Metal Sonic to get Sonic.
There you go.
And that leads into a 4th movie.
Yeah, so what I think they should do here is they should make this 3rd movie, hopefully once again learn from the mistakes of the last movie and make it better. Don't just cash grab. And then set yourself up for a split 4th and 5th movie. And go like that. And now you can make it so you can have him, let's say somehow Robotnik comes back in the next movie, but he gets killed right at the beginning, and then there's never Robotnik again for the rest of it. It's now we've moved on from Robotnik into new territory. Right? Yeah. Or you make it so Robotnik is in jail and they need to get advice from him. So they go there and they ask him questions sometimes.
Well, see, that's my whole point. Here's my thing. The reason, because there was a lot of fandom for Knuckles. A lot of fandom. And that's why I say, if you would use that Knuckles element and expand upon the story, then you can offshoot and literally make a Knuckles his own movie if you do it right.
But okay, number 1, don't offshoot until you have the entire series of these Sonic movies done.
No, I get that, but that's what I'm saying. But they could use
number 2. He's the Knuckles title. His title is Knuckles, the last of the Echidnas. There are no more.
Amazing.
Right, but he hears a rumor that there is another one out there. Maybe.
Yes, that's what you do. I think you just gotta have to lay the groundwork properly. You've kind of done that already. Just be careful, tread lightly, and make real movies. Anyways, I'm moving on here.
Well, I'll just say this before you move on. I will be there day 1. You guys all know that, and I will be Like I'll be wearing funny.
Yeah, you're a
Sonic
weirdo.
shoes.
Anyways, The Last of Us TV show. I'm not a fan of the games, really. I don't
Neither am
like
I.
zombies. I hate The Walking Dead. So for me, I don't have much interest in this. Though I'm probably going to watch it since I review things. And
It's Pedro Pascal.
it's probably going to be good. But I'm reluctant to even...
This is an HBO Max, is it?
I think so, yeah.
No, it's was it? Yeah, I think it's HBO Max. I'm thinking something else. Yeah. Good.
So does anybody care about this?
Nope, I don't.
No,
I really don't care about The Last of Us.
No, I'm the same way. Yeah.
First game was okay. Second game, I really didn't care for.
I'll watch it and I'll
I
review it
mean,
just like Halo.
I think the story in the first game was good. My big issue with those games is they're like walking simulators that have quick time events. It's not, there's not really any game to play.
No.
And the second one just completely like crapped on everything from the first game and went in a completely new direction, essentially.
Can we give spoilers for it?
Sure.
Okay, the fact that they get rid of Joel in the second game, that killed the momentum for me.
Especially because he's the main character of the franchise. Well, we're here on the last one of the guaranteed we know these are happening. Super Mario.
There's one that was coming up.
It was originally slated to be coming out at the end of this year, but it's moved into
April,
early 2023. Yeah.
Yeah.
So immediately not a fan that they got Chris Pratt. A huge fan that they got Anya Taylor-Joy. But I mean, I'm really curious to see what they could do here because at this point,
they're only as voice actors. They're not. It's an animated film, right?
Well,
so
which
you don't.
That guarantees us we're going to get the visual of Super Mario, and with the money that's being laid down here, and with Nintendo being as protective as they are now because of what happened before, I can't see this turning out to be remotely not good.
Well, here's my thing.
They're going to be very safe with it.
Well, here's my thing. Visually, we already know it's going to be good. Just because it's Nintendo, it's Mario, they're going to put the money down and make it good. My thing is this, and I think this is the reason why I feel safe about it too, because the original voice actor, I can't think of his name, of Mario, or the one
Charles Masonette.
Yeah, he's actually got a role in this movie, but it's not Mario. And here's my thing. Maybe there's just something that Chris that maybe he does something that we don't know, and it's just that's the reason why they haven't said anything. Like maybe they talk to him and he's like, oh, like you could do Mario's voice, like you could do something close to it, but it's original. And if that's true, then yeah, I'm all for it. I think the reason people are jumping on it is because of the voice casting they pick. Just feels like because the voices we hear from them, it doesn't feel right. So maybe they know how to alter their voices.
Unless Chris Pratt is going full Lou Albano from the Super Mario Super Show.
Chris Pratt is going to go full Chris Pratt. And I already have a prediction here, and it's going to be that he's a guy who plays video games, Jumanji, the new movie style. He's going to get sucked into the game. What the hell, I'm Mario in the Mario world. And they're going to be like, and that's why he's going to sound different. Because, like, I can't even imagine him doing a voice. And, like, I don't normally, I don't really care at all about things like this. But as an Italian, I will be offended if he does an accent. Just to join the club of people who get offended about everything, I will, because why wouldn't you just hire somebody who can do the Mario voice? I'd rather you do offensive Italian stereotype voice and do it right than give it to like some guy who's not the voice of Mario. It just doesn't make sense to me.
That makes sense.
You could have just
agree with that.
Friggin' Charles Marionette do it.
Charles Marionette.
I'm never going to let that name go. I'm keeping that as his last name forever. But I mean, I don't want to drag on Super Mario.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be good. I mean, I can't see it not. I'll step into the in limbo category where I really only have one, and it's Detective Pikachu 2, because it's supposed to be happening, but we don't know if it's happening. I'll watch it. I liked the first one a lot. I really don't like the idea that Ryan Reynolds is now a human again. They should have definitely kept him as Pikachu's voice.
See, like you enjoyed Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu's voice. So how do you like this? Is what
because
how's it gonna?
He's not Pikachu. We know that something's happened to a Pikachu.
Okay,
yeah,
that's true.
That's why it's like that, right? And I think that's the loophole that they're gonna have by making him get sucked into the game. it gives you that loophole of he can have his own voice, right?
Okay,
Which is what I think is going to happen. And he's never going to get out of the Mario world. I think that's how you're going to lead to sequels. Now he's stuck there permanently as Mario, having to like solve their problems.
Okay.
No, well, I will say this. I've got a list of a list of movies here, and there's one that shocked me. They say it's currently filming. I had no idea this was currently filming, so I'm just gonna bring up there The Division.
Yeah, so The Division was the next one on my list. I'll just say all three of these because they're kind of fall into a similar category. The Division, Metal Gear Solid, and Splinter Cell are all currently on the table or being scripts worked on or something like that. They all are kind of a similar idea. The government, like
espionage,
shenanigans. We know we want Splinter Cell. We've already had this talk. Metal Gear Solid, I mean, I'll take a movie, but that's basically just Escape from New York.
Yeah.
And The Division is, I don't really care.
Yeah.
I couldn't even get into the game when I played it. So
okay. So the one thing I have on my list you guys didn't mention is the Fallout series from Amazon.
So Fallout, yeah, actually I have it here right now. I see it, but I glossed over that. Yeah, Fallout. I don't really care enough.
See, whereas that's right down my alley. I love all the Fallout games.
As much as the games are good, though, I don't care enough to need a TV show of it. That's like what I mean. Does that make sense? It's not, I don't like the games or anything like that, but I don't feel like it's a series that needs a movie or TV based on it.
I mean, they could like, from like my theory behind it is they could do like a completely new vault, one that's never been mentioned in any of the games, in a remote part of the world, like say in Colorado or something, because they've never gone to Colorado. So you can explore the Brotherhood and you can explore the New Republic. You can explore like different factions of Fallout, right? But then again, also all the politicking going on inside the shelter itself.
I mean, you know what? It could work, especially if you do it like rival shelters. So like the Colorado one finds out about the Atlanta one or something, right?
Yeah.
Or Vegas, and then
there's North Dakota or something.
Yeah, I'm just
Montana
naming places. But yeah, it's like you could do that, and then it could be like Game of Thrones-ish. That might work. I could see that. So there's two games that you like that are supposed to have stuff. It's Yakuza and Sleeping Dogs.
Yep. Sleeping Dogs has been in the works for a decade now.
Yeah.
Apparently Donnie Yen originally was supposed to do,
which would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Which would have been awesome.
But
and Yakuza is basically just a gangster movie or
a Japanese gangster movie. Yeah.
So it's been done. I don't know if you necessarily need a game based on that. I mean, a movie based on that property. But
I think now that Kiryu is such a iconic character, you have to find the perfect actor to play him.
That's true.
Unless they go in a completely and Majima as well. Like these are two iconic characters now. They've been in like 7 Yakuza games as the main protagonist, antagonist, whatever you want to call them in these movies, that to get somebody to like, it's going to be so difficult to find somebody to play these.
I think you let both of those movies go, let them be made in their native language.
Has to be.
And skip over the Americanness of it. Putty, here's one for you, Portal.
I was going to say, that was the one I was going to pick up after you guys talk about it. I know J.J. Abrams confirmed that, and that's the one I really want, but I don't know how they're going to handle it.
I can't see how you skip over Half-Life to go to Portal when Portal doesn't even really have a storyline.
Well, no, that's my thing. You could always
Portal is a damn spinoff of Half-Life.
No, it is. It is. But see, that's my whole point, though. Imagine this. This is where I lead into, and this is when I thought about it, because I even thought about that too. Because I know Half-Life, I know Portal. That it all leads into why I love the series in general. But think about it in a different aspect. Imagine that we do the Shell story, and Shell is stuck in that movie. She's stuck with she's stuck in doing all these tests, and then she finally escapes, and now we're in the world. You get what I'm saying? And that would introduce it. It's an opposite way of introducing it. And then you'd be like, wait, what's going on here? I didn't know there's a whole world outside of this Think about outside of us as playing the game. You get what I'm saying? Imagine being as self-contained as a viewer that we like someone that didn't play the games, and they're in that portal world. And like, this is twisted. They're like, oh, wait till you get outside. You know what I mean? And then when they get outside, they
no, and I get that. But here's my thing: to take that idea and have to build a totally organic story out of nothing is where I see difficulty, because I've played Portal and they're amazing games. There is zero story. Absolutely zero.
No, but that's something I think it'd be more of a fun ride.
I agree. I think the idea you have there is good, but there's a really good chance of failure.
Almost make it like an escape room type of movie.
Kind of. Yeah.
Well, see, here's my thing. But you have was it Rat? I forget his name right now.
Ratatouille.
No, it's a side story in Portal, the Rat Man, where they have.
Bring back J.K. Simmons as Cave Johnson.
There you go.
But you could listen. You create it. You make a Half-Life movie or show. You establish the universe. Then you make Portal. Only that, and it never references that show at all. Then you get out of the Portal thing at the end of the season, and you're in Half-Life, and you're like, oh shit! And this person is the only person with the Portal technology that could do all that stuff. And it becomes like, now you're doing some things. You could have a Team Fortress movie. I don't know how that would work, because the name Fortress is really stupid. But I mean, there's just stuff there. I agree. I think I like the idea of it, because Portal's an excellent game.
Yeah, again, that's why I feel like it'd be a movie. See, the thing is, if they were to do like a Half-Life series and use Portal as the jumping point to the series, that's where I could see it'd be great, because Half-Life has way more story to it to make it a series, while Portal seems like it's a very subcontained one-time movie. Because once you lose what Portal is about, like the characters of I'm forgetting her name now. How am I forgetting the main character? Not Shell, but
Gladys.
Gladys. Thank you. I couldn't think of Gladys' name there for a second. Putting that character alone is what made me love that game so much, outside of the puzzles. The character itself, having that in the movie, scaring you, making you fear, like, oh hi, I'm here to gentle, and then make it freak out in you. It's kind of like the
Red Queen from Resident Evil.
Yeah, it's one of those things where they lead you into a false sense of security.
Oh, I got the perfect trailer for it too. The teaser is just a black room, a candle's flickering.
Yes.
And then you see a piece of cake and says, you hear the Gladys voice, join us for a cake.
Exactly. So you see what I'm saying? You lead all that into it and you give that scary element. And then what happens is when she finally escapes, you think, okay, they can't do another movie. And that's when you're like, oh shit, they're not leading into Portal. They're leading into Half-Life. And Half-Life, we all know, has way more of a scary element that would be draw people in, like, oh god, if Portal was big, I can't wait to see what this, because I'm trying to think of outside of me playing the game.
And it makes sense, because like we just said, there's not really a story. So they're gonna have to come up with something completely original to fill in this gap. Okay, so let's move on from this. So we'll take it a bit retro here. Apparently Pac-Man has been confirmed that there's going to be Pac-Man, as well as Space Invaders.
Yeah, I heard about this too. Space Invaders was announced in July,
and possibly Centipede.
Is this going to be another Pixels? Pixels is pretty much those movies. Come on now, can you not say
Pixels is just like Wiz, the movie Wizard, except now they're older.
Well, Pixels is just Wizard, but not good.
Wizard is not good either.
I know it wasn't good, but again, comparatively, Wizard at least has a
Wizard is like a landmark of video game history.
Wizard is just an advertisement for Nintendo.
For Mario 3.
Pixels is an advertisement for what
think of Pixels as like the sequel, right? They were there at the tournament for the thing, and now they're older.
Well, no, but I get that. But it's like, at least Wizard, we can say, oh, they were advertising Nintendo. For this one, it's just more like, oh, we're just advertising what Adam Sandler loved as a kid.
Yeah, it's like we're just advertising Kevin James. So I got a couple more here. I might as well just get it out of the way. There's Gears of War. I've never been a fan, but I think the property is, you could do stuff with this.
The IP.
That's a big one for me.
It's a good IP.
Halo is supposed to be getting season 2.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I haven't watched it yet, but apparently Putty doesn't like it. I don't like Halo, so I don't want to hear you talk about it. I'm skipping you.
I'm just going to say right now, you know I give love to everything. I'm probably the most generous person when it comes to shows. You guys are more harsh to shows than I am. When I'm that harsh, it is a piece of crap. That is the worst fucking video game. I would rather.
You think about what you're saying.
No, I'm gonna say this right now. I would rather sit. I'm gonna say this, I would rather sit through all the time it takes me to watch the Halo series. I would rather sit and watch the Super Mario Bros. Movie back to back.
I will watch that. I would watch that too. That's not. I
Okay,
want
fine.
you to go
Called
worse
classic
than
at
that.
this point.
Fine. House of the Dead. I'd rather.
No, I want you
back
to go
that.
worse than that.
You're gonna do a UA Bowl marathon.
Yeah, it's just a UA Bowl marathon.
And I would still do that. That's how bad
you won't
Halo
even
is.
make it through that.
That is how bad Halo is.
Once you get through Witchblade, you're done.
Yeah. Anyways, okay. So, Mega Man is supposed to be getting something.
Netflix,
I really hope it's a TV show, and I really hope it's animated.
You know, Silent Hill also was announced for 2020.
Yeah, I heard about that one.
And I hope it's good.
Yeah. Go ahead.
There's a Dragon Age in the style of Castlevania.
Yes, which that I'm pretty excited for.
Yeah.
That company apparently has the rights to do a few things. They're the ones that have the rights to do Zelda right now.
Oh, really?
Yes, apparently they have Nintendo has went to the Castlevania team to do Zelda and like an animated style.
So
that would be awesome.
So I have two here that I just found. One's in production January 2021. That's a new Call of Duty movie. Don't know how I feel about that.
Call of Duty.
And then this one, I'm just gonna say it. Drop the mic. Best movie it's ever going to be. I just said it's going to be. It was announced. Where's it at? It was announced in 2019. Just Dance. I mean, come on, you can't beat that.
Anyways, moving on. So the one I really want is the last one I have on my list. It's BioShock. I think the lore here is so deep. If you stay in the underwater.
Rapture.
You can do two series. You could do the Sky place. I don't even know
Columbia.
what it's called. Columbia. And you start off with
that's how much I love it too.
You start off with 2 seasons of the Rapture, and then you start a second show that's about Columbia. And
don't bring the Big Daddy in until the 2nd or 3rd episode.
Yeah, and you really, because there's so much to do underwater, and there's so much, like, it's a thing that even in movies and TV we don't explore underwater much.
I think that would work. And the thing is, because Rapture had different like rooms, each episode could be like a different section of Rapture.
It's a person slowly progressing and finding out mysteries. He doesn't remember who he is, right? And I think it's great because then as you know from playing the game, when you get to that, when you beat the first game, you just find out there's another. Yeah, exactly. You find out there's more. You have to go do more. There's another whole entire community that has another whole city, underwater city.
So good. So good. Yes, I would look. Anybody going to talk about the Cyberpunk Edge Runners on Netflix?
I don't know.
It has the anime style as well. It's in that same style as Castlevania. And I kind of might give it, like, it may have like the Aeon Flux type of.
Oh, that's too far for me. Aeon Flux.
It was classic.
Is like Ultraviolet. It's a thing. It's a time capsule of an American anime, and it was groundbreaking at the time, but it's almost unwatchable now.
Yeah,
if you try to watch Aeon Flux now, it's like
you can't.
It's so hard. But at the time in the States, they had never done anime type stuff, really, right?
Or like what was that? The Animatrix. Remember the Animatrix?
Animatrix.
I actually enjoyed that. Yeah.
Yeah, Animatrix is fine.
Another one we didn't mention.
Well, Animatrix has a lot of Japanese creators that did their segments, so it's not even really American. Continue, Putty.
I'm excited about Sonic Prime. I mean, just because it's Sonic, so I'm just excited for something new. Sonic.
If you just don't make it like a child's show, I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
you know the other 3D animated show they have. I think it's on Netflix right now. I don't remember what it's called, but it's very reminiscent of the Donkey Kong show, where it was like for very young kids.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a Sonic show.
It's a Sonic show? Okay, I don't know if I've seen it or not then.
It's very like goofy type of.
It's like a children's show.
Yeah. Well, I let you say this with the animation you guys were talking about before.
It's called Sonic Boom.
Oh yeah, fuck you! Sonic Boom's a piece of shit.
Yeah, I know. I just said that.
Okay. Anyway.
Is it worse than Halo?
Oh God, that's fucking hard to pick. They're both that bad.
No, you know what? It's worse for him because he's a fan of Sonic. So
Pretty
now
much,
I
yeah.
want you to
Yeah.
watch however many hours are of Halo of Sonic Boom.
Well, but see,
Of
I
Sonic
actually,
Boom.
but I actually put so much time into the first 4 Halo games, like all the way to Reach, Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4. I got every trophy except for in Halo 3. I did not. I'm not Halo 3, but Halo 4, not Halo 4, Halo Reach. There's a trophy that I couldn't get, which was one of the Vanguard trophies. Anyway, my point to the thing is, not trophy. Why am I calling it trophy? It's not achievement.
It's
Anyway,
achievements.
I know. I don't know why I said that. But anyway, my point to the whole thing is again, you just guys have to watch it and everything. But I do want to state this, and I know this has nothing to do with video games. I want to make sure that people that if you like this stuff we're talking about when it comes to Castlevania or these series, make sure you give Love, Death, and Robots a try, because there's a couple episodes in those seasons that are just phenomenal.
Has nothing to do with the topic we're talking
Yes.
about.
I don't give a shit. We're talking about animation. I want to throw
Guys,
it out
while
there.
we're here, watch Batman 89. It's a really good movie. Has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Well, I'm never going to be able to pitch that show in any other show we ever do, ever. Any podcast.
I love
that
that the
show,
Robots is good.
Yeah,
It is,
I'm never
yeah.
going to be able to do it. Someone has to find a way to throw it in there. I figured, okay, it's perfect time to throw that in there. So,
Anyways, I don't have anything else. JD, do you have anything else?
I'm done. I brought up what I wanted to bring up.
Putty, do
Yeah.
you have anything else?
again, I know there's a Knuckles Echidna show coming out for Paramount Plus. And then there was one more, and I can't think of it. Oh yeah, God of War apparently is getting a show, but this was announced in March 2022.
They keep talking about it, but that's
Yeah.
why I didn't write it down, because they keep
Yeah.
talking about it enough. There's nothing concrete.
That's in limbo.
I know,
yeah.
I know. I'm just saying, there's a lot of
A
those
lot
that-
of these things I mentioned though are like that. But yeah,
exactly.
just make
So.
Bioshock. Anyways, guys, let us know which one you want to see in the comments, and like and subscribe and check out their channels, and peace out.